Hi, I'm Christian Gitersonke, CEO of Health Insurance Answers. We're a patient advocate firm that helps patients navigate the healthcare system. So there's three types of out-of-pocket costs when you have insurance, okay, when you have health insurance. There's copays, coinsurance, and deductibles. Copays are a set amount you pay prior to your date of service, right? So you can schedule it, but when you show up, they're going to collect that from you, okay? Coinsurance is a shared cost between you and the insurance company to pay for your health care. So you show up, your bill's $100, you have a $10 copay, and then you split the coinsurance 80-20. That's why they call it an 80-20 plan, a 90-10, a 70-30, a 50-50, a 60-40. Super important to understand what kind of plan you have, right? Because it may sound great, but you have a 60-40 split, you're still carrying 40% of that cost. Right. It's called coinsurance. And that's why it's co. It's you and it's the insurance company. Deductibles are a whole different game. So deductibles are set by the insurance company, and that's the amount you have to pay before your insurance benefits kick in. Now, typically, they will pay for office visits and preventative care, okay? Your once a year annual physical, and typical office visits don't necessarily fall under deductible. But it's a set amount, so it might be $5,000, and people will see on their plans, $5,000 and $15,000, $2,500 and $10,000. What does that mean? Well, a lot of them are tiered deductibles. You as an individual have a $2,500 out-of-pocket deductible before those benefits pay. Your family might have a $10,000 deductible before those benefits pay. So collectively, your whole family has to hit that threshold before the insurance company says, okay, we're on the hook, we're going to pay for these bills now. Then you default back to, do you have coinsurance, right? Do you have an 80-20 plan? After the deductible is satisfied, then the carrier only pays 80% of the bill. So you still have 20%. And then you go back to that copay, and regardless if you have a deductible, coinsurance, you're going to have a copay. Okay, and copays range anywhere from $5 all the way up to $80 on a typical office visit. And as we talked about before, when you go to a specialist or you go to a diagnostic center for an MRI, you may carry a $250 copay. And that seems kind of exorbitant, doesn't it? When the typical patient thinks, well, copay is a small piece that I pay up front, right? When you think $25 or $250 is a lot. It is. You may go to a surgery center and your copay might be $2,500 or $1,000 just to get you in the door, okay? As a patient, you cannot ask any provider to waive their copay, okay? You can't. You can't ask for a reduction in it. You can't say, please let me slide on it. You know, can you just, you're already getting $150 from the insurance company. And myself, I can't afford this $40 copay you're asking me for. They can deny you service, and they cannot waive or write that amount off. It is against the contract that they have with the insurance company. So if they do that on a consistent basis, then the provider can actually lose their insurance contract and not be able to see you at all, any other patients. So that's the difference between copays, coinsurance, and deductibles. And as a consumer of healthcare, understanding what your plan actually offers and where these categories fall is one of those things that you just have to sit down and go over with your benefits department if you're with an employer group to understand how that changes. Once the new plan year starts, plans typically morph into something a little bit different. You may have a little higher out-of-pocket cost on the deductible side, but your copays went down. It's kind of like going to a used car sales lot, right? I can get you in this car for $500 a month. You're charging me $40,000 for a $30,000 car, but I can get you a $500 a month payment, right? Over the course of 6 years. Well, that's not a good deal, right? You want maybe a $500 payment for 3 years, and you're paying $25,000 for that same car. So that's how the benefit plans change every year or every 2 years. And that's really important to understand because sometimes employers or brokerage, like an employee benefit company doesn't do a great job coming in and explaining what those differences are. So you may have this expectation in your head that next year, I'll just wait and have these procedures done next year. Deductible may go from $2,500 to $5,000. Now you're going to pay for all of it. So it's important to understand those three aspects for patients.